Alrighty, so let's hope this works. I'm recording on a new laptop and I'm using my Tascam as a microphone for that, but that's irrelevant to what this video is about. I've been saying a lot. Anyway, I have been working on lots of different things, and I kind of got distracted with my new projects, and I want to show you one of those and talk about how I finally got it right. So the first thing I had said a while back that I really truly want to make my artwork for me, you know, do something that involves my artwork, because I really enjoy drawing and you know, creating things like that. I have a lot of fun doing the fabric, and I'm still working on that. But like I said, I got a little sidetracked because I started watching videos on what I could do with my artwork. And it's actually harder than you think to find information out there, because so many people are taking shortcuts, and that's not what I was trying to do. I actually have actual artwork that I did, and I didn't want to like take clip art or something, and so that's what I was getting a lot of anyway. But I started looking into coloring books, specifically adult coloring books, and probably eventually I will work on some children's books. But the first one that I did is a naughty coloring book, mostly curse words, things like that. But I had, you know, sometimes to relax, I will pull out my iPad and just angry draw. If you know what that is, that, you know, I would draw swear words and things like that. And so when I came across this video that said that swear word coloring books were really popular, I was like, I may have found my niche. So I worked for about 2 weeks, drew every day, ended up with about 35 to 36 coloring pages, and I took out the ones that didn't fit or maybe more repetitive, and I ended up with 31, which is a really odd number, I think, but that's what I got. So the first time I did it, I went straight to Kindle. I used my iPad. I used what did I use for the first one? It's more like a drop. I created an entire PDF is what I did, with all of my pieces, including the first page, which was, you know, copyright information and all that. I had 32 pages, and so I just created a PDF and I just dropped them into Kindle, and it took several tries in the Kindle program before it would accept it. I had to go back and tweak the margins and all that, because I was going from scratch, y'all. I was like, I honestly could not find a single video that laid it all out when you did your own artwork. It showed you how to take artwork from free clip art sites and drop them in and make coloring books. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be original. So I finally, it was finally approved by KDP with the margins and everything. And, new experience for me. Ordered the first book, and I'm going to show you. This is the first book, and when you see the second one, you'll be like, oh, okay. So you see this is the pages. I don't want to give too many because it is an adult coloring book. This is not for children. If your children are in the room, it's not my fault. I'm going to show you the back of the book, just so you can see a couple of the coloring pages there. But anyway, you know, I thought that since it was a coloring book, that the pages would automatically be on one page. So no, that's not what I got. I got a coloring book that is, the first one is useless, and I paid for this one. I got my copy. And you can see this right here I wasn't happy with, because I felt like there was too much right there. I also created the front of the book. I created the cover, the font, everything. My book is 100% organic. I didn't take any fonts or anything from anywhere, except with the exception of the author page or the first page. You know, I used free font for that. This, I'm so discombobulated, y'all. It's been a hell of a month. I'm gonna have to do a podcast on that. But anyway, so this is the first one. You can see it's really thin. It's on every page, back and front. And I decided to go back in when I got that one. I was like, yeah, I really don't like that. So I did some research and finally found a great YouTuber who I will credit in the description box below, because he is the only one. I can't think of his name now because it's not right in front of me, but he is the only one who actually had pertinent information. If you are an artist and you want to create children's books, is basically what he had. But his first recommendation was InDesign, or Adobe InDesign. Y'all, if you want to do children's books, coloring books, any kind of books, Adobe InDesign is well worth it. I plan on doing this more often. I already have my second coloring book in the works, which is extremely family friendly, and it's going to be a good one. I'll talk about it at the end of the video, but anyway, so I got Adobe InDesign, and I had my book formatted and in, just right in just a few hours. It took me a little while to redo it because I actually had to go back and on each page, on the back of the page, I wrote text so that it didn't kick it out, because that's one thing he recommended, that KDP would actually might kick your design out if your book layout, they might kick it out if you had blank pages. So I don't know. They don't even have a coloring book category. And that flashing, I'm already not liking that. That's my webcam is flashing, and it's like making it look like the lights are flickering in here, but they're not. So anyway, this is my second book, and I had it sitting over here, and it was close to the heater, and I think it caused it to curl up. I did a matte cover. I like those. I think for adults, I don't know. If you have an opinion on that, I'd love to hear it. I'm going to show a couple of pages of my book. Well, like I said, this is an adult coloring book. And so you see what I did here was on the back of each page, you can see where I just did the text. And I did it. I had a lot of fun with this book. I actually did. It was very relaxing. So that's it. And this book is actually 62 pages long, because it has the first page, and then it has a coloring page on it, one page. I'm really just, usually I'm a talker, y'all, but I can't get my thoughts together. It's been one of those times. But if you want to get my coloring book, my first one, I will have a link in the description box below. I've got this one really reasonably priced because I just wasn't sure how a lot of people would react to this being an adult coloring book. Mine is actually called Swear Words, Insults, and Naughty Art. And I would call it slightly naughty art. It's suggestive is more of what, well, there is that one drawing. But these are great for, relaxing at work. Your boss pisses you off and you sit there and color. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, all kinds of fun stuff in there. So if you want to get it, link is in the description box below, or it will be in the description box if this is posted on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere. Just look for the comments. It should be the top comment, and I'll leave a link for it. So like I said, my next coloring book is going to be very family friendly, and this is the one drawing that I just finished. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. I have a bathroom. I have a laundry room. I have a picnic, birthday picnic. Because Amazon it has a 25 page minimum, I'm going to have to get it up to 25, and I have maybe 11 or 12 now, and it's going to be hard to kind of keep that running theme of everyday things, but it doesn't have to just be in the house. So I've got all kinds of ideas coming up. This one's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually excited to get my own so that I can color in it. That is how I am working trying to make my artwork work for me. I enjoy drawing. I draw constantly. And it's, you know, with being able to design fabric and order that from My Fabric Designs and do the coloring books and all that now, I've been so inspired to do so many other things. I'm also working on the Ghost Daisy children's book. That's just one of those projects where it has to dance around up here for quite a while before I actually can get it to work on paper or, you know, digitally on my iPad. So I think what I'm going to be doing with that is I'm going to be writing this story down, and then I'm going to be drawing the frames, because I've already drawn several frames and they felt really below the age level that I wanted it to be. Ghost Daisy is going to be a children's book series that is kind of centered around grief and the loss of a parent, and I really want to approach that without it being too sad and without it being too depressing. But I do want to touch on that issue because it was a big deal for us. You know, it's an experience that we actually went through. So, you know, I've got my daughter is, I'm trying to get her advice and opinion and get her to help me make sure that the book is it speaks to a child who reads it in a way that they can understand it and that they can relate if they've had that situation of the loss of a parent. And so that's a project I've really been wanting to work on. And you all know that I also have the novel that I'm working on that I've been writing since 2012 about Julian's life and his death and what we went through after he died. And so that's just going to take a really long time. That may be one of the things I do a lot later in life, just because it's just really painful to write. So yeah. But there will be more family friendly coloring books. I'm not trying to do a whole series on dirty coloring books. I just happen to already have quite a few drawings that I just needed to add some elements to so you could color them. But I also, I like the family coloring books. I like the adult theme of coloring books, not necessarily swear words and things like that, but more geared towards adults because I like drawing those scenes. I absolutely had fun with the one that I'm working on now with the everyday things. There's a lot of retro looking themes in there, so you'll see that. I'm really fond of the older, 60s, 70s, 80s appliances and furniture and things like that, so they're gonna be in there. So look for that one. It will probably be sometime around the end of November when I get finished with it. And I will, I think myself, try to do a video on how I did the book layout with Adobe InDesign, because it was an absolute lifesaver. So anyway, ending with that, I want to say a big, huge thank you to my son, Caleb. Last week, he asked me for a ride to the store. And we went to Walmart, and he came out, he had his stuff. He was getting some gaming equipment. And we got home, and, he lives next door. So he comes into my side of the apartment. I was like, what is he doing? So I go in the kitchen to fix me something to drink. He said, Mom, I got you a computer. I said, no, you didn't. And I came back in the living room and I said, you did not. Are you kidding me? Because a while back, he was looking at my laptop, which I've had since 2017, and it was really slow. And he said, Mom, are you kidding me? Does it always start up like this? I was like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It took like 45 minutes to actually, once you open the laptop, you got to wait for the thing to pop up to put the passcode in, and then you had to wait for everything to boot up and it's a really good laptop. It's been good to me, but it's the best one I had up until this one. So Caleb got me a gaming laptop, and he has one like it that's slightly higher end because he does a lot of gaming. But I cannot tell y'all how different it is. I edited a video with it the other day, and it took a third of the time. So, yeah, love my kiddos. They're really good to me. Caleb and Miss Daisy, they are always super good to their mommy. He bought me a brand new laptop. Y'all, this thing is amazing. Amazing. I told him, I said, I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate this thing, because I get my work done in half the time. I don't know how this webcam is going to look, but it already, to me, it looks a little bit better than my old webcam because it's not as grainy. So we'll just see. But yeah, thanks to my kiddos for being so good to me. They always treat me really great. So I'm excited about that. I love my new computer. I want to play with it all the time, but I'm so busy on my iPad that, you know, this mainly is like for video editing and stuff like that, but it absolutely is a lifesaver. So anyway, y'all have a great week. I hope y'all are doing well, and go get my coloring book. I'm going to have a lot more stuff like that coming out, and I'm also working on some new fabrics. If you have any ideas for any of that coloring or fabrics or anything that you want to see me try to do, I can, like I said, try to do it. So just let me know. So y'all have a great week. Peace. Love y'all. Bye-bye.